Today, we're diving into something very recent and pretty personal, actually. It's to Deion Coach Prime Sanders talking about his health journey. We've looked at a whole bunch of sources: CBS News, People.com, TalkSport, the DNVR, SI, News on 6, Axios 2, a real mix to get the full picture. And our mission really is to unpack the details. His diagnosis, the pretty advanced treatment he had, how it hit him personally, and maybe most importantly, this powerful public health message he's sharing now.
Yeah, and what's really interesting looking across all these reports is how this isn't just about Coach Prime's personal fight. It's a chance to connect the dots, see the resilience, the power of using your platform, and honestly, the amazing strides in medical care these days.
Okay, let's start right there. The decision to go public, I mean, that's huge, right? With something so personal. We're talking July 28th, 2025, Colorado Buffaloes camp. He holds this news conference, but it wasn't just him. He had his whole medical team there. People from CU and SHITS, UCLF, right there with him, publicly announcing the bladder cancer diagnosis and the surgery he'd already had. Why do that? Why make it so public?
It's a really interesting question, and the sources kind of point to a couple things. One, it lets him control the story, right? Get ahead of any rumors. But maybe deeper than that, it seems like a very conscious choice to, well, serve the public, bringing the doctors. That turns his personal situation into this really credible health message about, getting screened early. That's quite a move for someone in his position. Pretty surprising, actually.
Absolutely. And once he made that call, the details that came out about the diagnosis, the treatment, they were really something. Can you walk us through that?
Sure. So his oncologist, Dr. Janet Kukrija, she confirmed it was high-risk, non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. And that non-muscle invasive part, that's really key. It means the cancer hadn't spread deep into the bladder wall, caught early, which, well, makes all the difference for the outcome.
Right, that early detection piece is huge. What really jumped out at me from the sources was the treatment itself. Can you get into the specifics of that surgery? It sounds quite remarkable.
Yeah, it really is. The surgery was back in May 2025. And here's the cutting edge part. Yeah. They removed his bladder, okay, and then reconstructed a new one using a piece of his intestine. And they did all this using a robotic laparoscopic technique. So we're talking minimally invasive, very sophisticated stuff. It shows how far medicine has come, even for really complex operations like this.
Wow, that's incredible. And what's his status now after all that?
The good news is he's currently cancer-free. And thankfully, no need for chemotherapy or radiation treatment. It's pretty amazing, really, how quickly medicine can step in and be effective when things are caught early. His recovery is a great example of that.
Yeah, that's fantastic news on the medical front. But despite that success, this was obviously a really tough personal thing for him. And he shared that part, too, very openly. At that press conference, he had the cowboy hat, the overalls, the sunglasses, his signature look, but he got emotional, talked about his faith, and really pushed people to get screened. And he didn't hold back on the tough details either. Said he lost about 25 pounds, still dealing with bladder control issues. He even joked about using Depend diapers. I mean, that kind of honesty, it really hits home, breaks down barriers.
It absolutely does. And when you look past the headlines, you see the real weight of it. He actually drafted a will back in May. That tells you just how serious this felt to him. The fact that he shared that, it just shows incredible vulnerability, incredible courage.
And he made sure to thank his support system, too, right? The doctors, his friends.
Yes.
Mentioned Randy Moss specifically helping him through it.
Yeah. Mentioning the support system is important, too. It's a reminder, isn't it? Even someone who seems as strong as Coach Prime, they lean on people, on professionals when things get tough.
And maybe going through all that, facing that vulnerability, relying on others, maybe that just strengthened his resolve even more, because thinking about his future, his coaching, despite everything, what's the word? Is he stepping back?
Not at all. That seems crystal clear from all the reporting. For anyone following his career, he's always about pushing forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, despite this major health battle, Sanders is staying on as head coach for the 2025 season. He made that very clear. No stepping away. Full commitment to the Buffaloes. Which, makes you think, how does this whole experience, him being so public, him staying on, how does that impact the team, recruiting, everything, especially with his kind of persona?
That's a great point. He's always been this larger-than-life figure, right?
Yeah.
A huge motivator. Now he's that. Plus, he's someone who's faced down a serious personal challenge and come out the other side with maybe an even stronger sense of purpose. Staying on as coach, that shows incredible dedication. It's got to be inspiring for the team. And ultimately, he used this whole thing, his platform, to shine a really important light on health awareness, on getting checked early.
Exactly. And that's where this story connects directly back to you, the listener. His message, coming from someone like him, It's a powerful endorsement for taking charge of your own health. Early detection saves lives. His story isn't just news. It's a real-world example, a call to action for all of us.
So Coach Prime's journey, diagnosis, the advanced surgery, his recovery, and this really inspiring return. It's more than just a sports story, clearly. He took something deeply personal, a real health scare, and turned it into this powerful public message about looking after yourself, turning adversity into advocacy, really.
Right. And knowing these details, the type of surgery, the personal struggles he shared, gives you a much deeper, richer understanding than just reading a quick headline. You grasp the human side of it all, the medical progress, sure, but also the personal courage involved.
So thinking about how open Coach Prime was, how vulnerable, what kind of ripple effect could his story have on how we talk about health, vulnerability, and how crucial regular checkups really are? Maybe the question for you is, after hearing all this, what specific action might you consider taking?